with meteorologist Julia Blanchett.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. On your Tuesday, we're recovering from the rain in the valleys we saw yesterday and the snowfall some of the high country saw, which means our temperatures are a little bit lower. We are about 54 degrees on your Tuesday, but that is considered seasonably appropriate for our point in the year. So again, by Wednesday, 55 degrees, by Thursday, 51. But you might be noticing that there's a little bit of a chance for late week rain. And late week rain is supposed to be pretty powerful in the valleys and could bring snow to the high countries all over again. So we'll break that down. But where should we expect the impacts of all of that incoming rain? We've already seen over a ½ inch of moisture in some locations, like out towards Parachute or even out towards Fruita. But now we're expecting more, and we're expecting that to be most widespread on your Thursday. Now, with that being said, Thursday you're expecting that rain to be pretty much everywhere, but in the high country, what might start out as rain during the day will certainly turn to snow once nightfall hits and those temperatures start to drop. But in the low valleys, we are more than likely not able to create snow just yet because our temperatures are just a little bit too warm. But we're not at the official start to winter yet, so I suppose we have a little bit more time. There is a little bit of a small disturbance both before and after your main event, but Thursday is that big day. So let's take a look at the radars to prepare for that, because by Wednesday, 5 p.m., I mentioned there's a little bit of a disturbance down in that southwestern corner. The possibility for a little bit of snowfall over the San Juans on your Wednesday overnight isn't out of the question, but we're not supposed to see any moisture anywhere else, at least not until Thursday. But looking at Thursday, we start off strong by pushing a little bit more moisture into the southwestern corner of the state. That could bring some rain to the Nucla area and even Cortez and of course Durango and the San Juan Mountains. But we're expecting to see that spread a little bit further towards central Grand Junction and the rest of western Colorado not long after. We only have to wait a little bit to see that happen. And by a little bit, you can see all of that moisture down north of our state continue to rise up and eventually push into our forecast, really changing the outlook for the end of the week. So that's the next big thing on your radar. For the meantime, if I haven't mentioned your location yet, you're expecting about 54 in the Grand Junction area, and in Delta 56, Montrose 52 degrees, and in Cortez 54. Meeker is around 51 degrees, so again, a light jacket on the way out of the house is probably recommended. We're only down in the 30s in most locations right now. And looking at those lows tonight, about 36 in Grand Junction, about 32 in Delta, and in Montrose, Cortez and Meeker are both at 30 degrees overnight. So again, chilly temperatures, but they are seasonably appropriate for this point in the year. Those 7-day forecasts are expected to bring you a little bit of rain, just like we talked about. Most of the small disturbances beforehand aren't very threatening. It's only Thursday we're really expecting to see that rain possible at about a 40% chance of likelihood. But it does clear up and we dry out going into Saturday and Sunday, and we're looking at more sunshine with temperatures in the 50s. But looking at Montrose, we're expecting to see the 50s and the 40s week-wide, and as opposed to a 40% chance for rain on Thursday. They have a 50% chance, so a little bit higher likelihood to see some moisture. And going into Friday, things clear up just a little bit better. But for now, we're at 52 degrees. For Delta, today and tomorrow, 56 turns to 58, and then we have that 40% chance for rain by Thursday. Temperatures stay in the 50s week-wide, lows stay in the 30s and 20s, but we're taking a peek at Cortez, where we have the highest chance for rain starting Wednesday late at night going into Thursday, and we have a 40 and 50% chance of likelihood for that moisture.